Hello guys, and welcome to my first YouTube video. As you might be able to hear, this is dubbed over later because when I first filmed, the audio was really echoey, bad, it was quiet, I had zero energy because it was late. So I'm doing this now, and hopefully I am not any of those things. Now I can move on to the actual video. Behind me is a huge mall, but she has 0 stores. All she has is a lobby, public bathrooms, and a parking lot, which isn't a lot, and I want to change that. So, today, I will be building the first store in this big mall. Going into build mode, I have no idea, had, because this is dubbed, but I had no idea what I wanted to build for a store. So I searched up popular stores included in most malls, picked a couple, and once I had my final selection of stores, I put them into a wheel. On here I have 16 stores, but the actual mall has 27. Some stores I picked were American Eagle, Sephora, Ulta, Bath & Body Works, Pandora, Planet Fitness, Barnes & Noble.
I'm looking for a new book boyfriend. Billionaire. 6'5", brown eyes.
Now it's time to spin, which I'm very excited to see what we get because I don't know at all. And it landed on Boxlunch. For my Boxlunch, I will be using this store. So I know what a Boxlunch is. I've just never been inside of one. So I believe I, in fact, need an inspiration picture. So I like this picture, so this is my inspiration. I wasn't sure what to use for my walls, so I tried to use whatever was used for the pillars in the picture, but it took me a while to find it, but then I did find it and I pasted it onto the other walls. I bet 2 of my viewers right now have one question, and it is why I'm only releasing my first video now when I started this channel in June. My first attempt for a video was a compilation of all 6 parts of me building the mall that I had already posted on my TikTok account, but I didn't have any commentary that I didn't put into those videos.
10 people died in the Bronx last night due to a fire that killed 10 people in the Bronx last night during a fire.
Fire officials say all 10 people died due to the fire, which was too hot for their body.
So that immediately got put onto the chopping block. My second attempt was a tour of Pandora Hotel, but I didn't want to put my voice in there, so I tried using an AI voice, but it sounded really bad and I didn't have anything to add, so the commentary was really boring.
Here are all of the rooms with decals I forced my friend to make. Then we have a computer to view the security cameras. Exiting the check-in area, and on the right side of the lobby, we have Sam's Sweets, a dessert shop that I named after me.
And while I was editing the video, my phone's touchscreen stopped working, so I had to wait like 4 days to get a new one, and then the day after I got it, I went on a 10-day vacation, so I obviously didn't want to work on a YouTube video. And this is my 3rd attempt of making a video, but I had to like revoice it a bunch of times, so that's what took so long. I don't know if I already brought this up, but I'm just like recording out of my phone's microphone, so that's why the audio probably sounds really bad. really sure what to use for the clothes in the store, so I just picked these industrial closets because they were kind of similar to what was in the picture. And I used whatever this shelf is called, I didn't see it. I have no clue what type of clothes are sold in box lunches, so I just picked random colors, as you can probably see. I started working on the shelf and I added a hat because I assume box lunches have those. And I started looking for folded clothes because I swear they had those in the game, but I guess not. So I ended up using blank pieces of paper to look like stacked clothes. And again, I used random colors. So then I found the pillars they used in the store and I colored them to match the walls. After I finished moving around the pillars and the closets, or whatever they're called, I started working on the checkout desk, which had to be a little small because all these stores are 5x5s. It took a bit of moving around to find a good formation for this desk so the person behind it can still get past. But eventually, I just gave up and decided to work on the mirror so you can see what you're trying on. And now that I'm done, it is time for a tour.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
And, oh, why do I have hairspray? I did not put this in my inventory before leaving build mode. Maybe they thought I needed to fix my hair because I'm filming. So, I'll listen. But now it is time for the tour, the final result. And I forgot lights. Back to build mode, I guess. Yay! So, for commercial builds, I used to use those tiny circular ones, but they updated it recently and they added these ones that look like actual commercial lights, so I put a couple of those throughout the build. I also did the infamous basement lighting trick because there wasn't enough light with these big 3 lights, but spoiler alert, I added more of them, so the basement light was pretty much useless. This back wall felt a little empty and there was still barely any light, but now there is. So I added a couple windows for natural lighting. So now that I fixed the flop lighting, or the non-existent lighting, we can do an actual tour. Going through this side entrance, we can see the lobby and an escalator and the centerpiece fountain, and then we get to our box lunch. I think you guys have already seen most of this store from build mode. We have our shelf, some of the closets, a mirror, pillar, light with glitching ceiling that I will fix eventually. And our checkout desk, which took a couple tries, and it doesn't have a cash register now because I didn't feel like spending Bloxburg, but it eventually will, so don't worry. And that's all for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe to see me build more stores in this mall and eventually other builds. And in the words of Zendaya,
yeah. Okay, love you guys. Don't forget to smile.